So that's fine. We're going to go back to the 15-minute here, the hourly. You can clearly see where you've got one trend, right? You've got this trend right here that's broken on one side on the 4-hour already, right? Like this hard close to this hard close is already right here. So that's the difference in this move. You see where you have the accumulation to accumulation, distribution to distribution, go to the hourly. That hourly is already broken down, right? So that's the difference here between these two moves, is that this hourly is already broken down. You see? If you were looking at this, and when I was doing this example, I kind of stepped through the move a little bit reverse and didn't fill in that blank. Well, that's just an experience thing, right? That's just, I understand what's going on in this move right now. And I know that it's already starting to break its move back, because you should be like this right now. Like if these levels are, if everything is equal, you've got distribution to distribution, you've got accumulation to accumulation, right? So then you go to the hourly charts. Is there one that hard closes the other way? Yeah, there is actually. So you've already started to, you've created your trends on both sides, right? You've created your largest time frame trends, or your 4-hour. Maybe it's a 12-hour that it's going to create. Maybe it's, do we have 12 hours? There is no 12-hour base point. There's one here, and it's not enough. Can't do a 12-hour on this time frame. But what you can do is you can do an hourly, and that hourly has hard closed already. So this hourly is hard closing to here, right? Which gives you your other side of your interior trend. And then now you've got the 15-minute, right? So now we're going to see what happens on this hold level to the 15-minute. And again, it's all about chart architecture and the approach of the landing. How does the airplane land, right? Is it rainy that day or is it sunny, right? We don't know. We don't know what the weather's going to be in. I guess meteorologists would have a different opinion if we know what's happening, but I don't think we really know what's happening with the weather. Anyways, not a week out. We don't know what's happening a week out. Maybe tomorrow we can have a good understanding of what can happen. But just like the charts, we don't know what's happening 2 and 3 steps ahead. We can only see what's next. So what's next here is you've got your hold level and your trend. And what are you going to do? Are you going to hit this hold level? And this is the scenario where if this happens immediately, let's make sure there's no other like weird greedy holds that we missed. I don't think there is. I think this is just simply laddering. That already got hit there. 56, I believe, got hit. Yeah, 56 gets hit here. And actually broke it down here. And you hard closed the hourly trend and you broke it down. And so maybe right now there's a little bit of saving grace in this move, because we can hit this trend and kind of continue our 15-minute. We could even deep dive this trend. So if I was taking a buy here right now, if I did think this was going to hold, I would deep dive this. I would not be looking to respect this level. I would be looking to deep dive this down. 54, I would maybe even deep dive it down to like 43 if I was going to buy this level, which I'm not going to. But if I was, it would be to here. I would not take this level here. $54. I would deep dive it. I would for sure deep dive it, because what I would want to see in this scenario is I would want to see trend looks like it's going to break, maybe something like that. And it's going to come back up and over top of this. What I don't want to see is it kind of linger around this level, because eventually it's going to close that 15-minute trend. And then you're going to see it hard close to the next time frame down. And then it's like the next time frame, next time frame, next time frame. So what you're seeing is the collapse of a move before it's hitting hold levels, right? The trend dictation showing an interior trend, showing its cusp, showing the top of its move, and showing the final piece of its degradation, right? Or the beginning of its degradation on one side, as to where we've had enough time to develop this on a 4-hour chart, right? Like, so for example, you've had, You've had enough time on the top side to see your accumulation to accumulation on interior and distribution to distribution, which was right here. And then the hard close on the hourly. So you're seeing the degradation of the hold levels before they're being hit based on the trend, right? Again, because that cusp has completed, as to where this is the beginning of the move, and it's going to go here and create this and break that, create all these things, right? Like it's going to start here and until it creates the final. And you can see that's the 4-hour here. You can see that same, it begins here and it starts its descent to its final piece right here, right? So all things are equal. These moves are like this. And then it's like, okay, well, which is breaking its hourly trend? Well, we know which one. We've already done this a couple of times, but we can just simply do it again, right? That's the cusp of both moves. So which trend breaks? So now the real question begins. It's like, okay, which side is actually going to hold this move, right? Now the real question begins. Oh, shoot, we marked it wrong. Of course, we marked the further level. All things equal. Let's go do that again. all things equal here and go, now we go to the hourly charts. If all things are equal, we have 2 4-hour trends, which have created the cusp of their move. In order to create them, they've both started from small time frames and worked their way up, right? All things equal, right there, all things are not equal. It's actually hard closed its move and it's completed its swing right to here, which gives you your trend, your interior trend. Could have seen it based off this trend if you adapted this, but we're not talking about that today. What we're talking about is how the trend breaks, right? So you've already seen this trend break down on one side. So you've got a 4-hour here that hasn't broken. You've got a 4-hour here that has broken. And so hold levels aren't going to hold if this trend continues to break, right? Well, you have to create a larger time frame trend out here. That's the thing. You have to create the larger piece out here. If all things are equal, you have a larger trend here. You have to create this one still. You have to go to your final hold, final low. And how do you see the trajectory to get there? Well, you just saw it. You just saw it right here. You just saw the hard close of this right here at 90.62 or whatever. So that should be the beginning of the end, meaning that you should probably short this level, this hold right here, right? So that's the beginning of the end for this move. And then so right there, we actually got to a bit of a higher time frame there. I wonder if there's a greedier part of this move. Well, we didn't really, we just marked our first time frame. We didn't even really do anything there. All we did was just mark the first thing on our screen. What we'd actually have to do is go and see where the untested levels are here. Got one right here. That's tested. This is not. So the next buy, if there is going to be one to break this move, is going to be right here. So it comes up to 90.88 and breaks this move down in a big way. Or you had taken the next, what we're going to do? We're going to do it like this. We're going to go to the moment that gets created. So if that's true, you would have been here on the 4. 1 hour gets created. Where's our hold level? This is what we need to look at. This one was tested in that moment. But was it tested before or after? Good question. Let's see. It was tested after. After it broke, it came straight back up to its level, which was actually right here. So it's kind of a perfect move. It broke its trend and actually came up to its untested level, which is perfect because this is tested. This one's tested there. This valley gets tested right there. Hard close breaks, goes up and tests that. So now you'd be looking at your higher part of your move as where this is right here is already tested. Maybe we can even just go to a 5-minute, something a little more somber. So that's tested, kind of the base of the move there, it looks like. So you've got the base of the move here, a micro base versus the hold level right here. This one's tested. That's not. That's tested. This is not right here. This is clearly untested. And we're going to just mark it on the 5 because I would think the 5-minute is a little more smart here. 88 to 89. This gets tested in the moment, creates the base of the move. I guess we could just hit play here. Allow this thing to go up. Hits trend. That's it, right? Base of the move, never closes, goes after this, but again, base of the move right here, never closes this and collapses against this move. So you can see where, all things equal, that's where your shorts exist, right? It'd be nice if you got to this 88 level, and you might get to it, but if you get to that 88 level, I'm presuming that you get to this level here and it just collapses straight down. But it's interesting because we have trends that we can now use. Let's delete these brush strokes. We have trends, interior trends that we can now use. So you can start marking at this point. You can mark out your interior trends, and you can, if you don't know how to start this, you'd go like this, like, okay. We don't want to delete all our levels and information. What you can do is you can do this. You don't know what's going on, and you have a larger trend up here, and you don't have, these don't exist yet. So let's delete those. Let's make it even clearer. We know that we can create something off this. We could even just create this interior trend, for example, on this side. We can go like this. All things equal, we're going to delete this one and make it the same color as this, right? Uh-oh, they're very close. Which one is it? Uh-oh. Okay, so it's the top one. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we can take that and we can kind of, did I grab the top one? Yes, I did. Okay, we can take this top one and we can, pull it back to here, and if all things are equal, and we, create the same trend here. So this move here, right? This here would have broken to right, come on, to right there. Yeah, we'll just create it to here because there's a much larger trend happening, but we're just using this one here. There's a trend from the 24th back here. There's also this here. So you have like this even larger trend, but that's getting a bit too far out, but you do have this trend here, like this to this, which is fine. you do have this trend here, but all we're going to do is just create it from low to low because I think it's on a different time frame. I believe it's a 12-hour daily here. Yeah, it's a 12-hour. So distribution to distribution on this side on the 12, accumulation to accumulation on this side, right? So you could start here and say, okay, well, how do I use it? Well, which one is going to break first? So let's look at the larger time frame first. Which one then closes? Hard closes a 4-hour time frame, right? So which one is then closing a 4-hour time frame, or even start with a 12 and adapt it to the 4? Which side breaks? Well, there you're going to see the move, right? There you're going to see which range you're going after, whether it's up here or whether it's down. I think there's something right here. I believe I have a level at 88.95 and 88.50. I think there's a level at 88.50. So there's a level at 88.50 down here. That's hit. And I have it level at, I'm just looking at my other chart. 87.41. 87.41 is the level right here. So you're looking to see if you're going after 87.41 is right here. So you're looking to see if you can go after whatever hold levels there. I don't want to pull it in because it's going to snap the candle and make it silly. Or are you going after this up here, right? Like, are you going to that range there that we talked about? Or are you going to this range here that you talked about, right? Like you've got a bit of a thing on both sides here. So you've already tested this back right here. So then you're going to be somewhere around here. I believe it is the hourlies in here. Yeah. Okay. So fine. You're either here 3% or you're here 3 odd some percent. So this is where you can start. Even this is a little long term, but then you could go and you could say, okay, well, where do the 4-hour trends exist, right? Well, the 4-hour trends exist like this. And you can even break it down to the more interior pieces of the move. So now you know that you've done the more exterior piece. Now you can go and say, okay, well, there's a 4-hour to a 4-hour right here, right? So you've got 4 to 4 and you've got distribution to distribution, right? So you could have just simply done this and I've been watching this move. Okay, what did I do wrong here? 4 to 4. Oh, I'm using the wrong color. I'm using the wrong candles, of course. You've got, okay, what am I doing wrong here? Why is my brain is stalling for a second. Right, no, this is perfect. You've got 4 to 4. My brain's not stalling. I just wasn't zoomed in enough to see this, right? Okay, we're good. You've got distribution to distribution, accumulation to accumulation. You move down in time frames. And then you can see, okay, well, we don't have the degradation of this interior trend. We have this one though. Aha, see, you have that break. So that's how you can even start doing this, is you can just go and you know, we can do this on a different one too, maybe, since we've dissected this one. You could even say, okay, here's your accumulation to accumulation candle, right? Where's the break of that versus your distribution to your distribution here. This is going to be a bit of a bigger time frame. This hasn't hit its hold level yet, which is fine. I wonder if there's a daily here. Oops. Yeah, this move is a bit more developed. So you actually do have daily to, oops, wrong color candle, daily to daily. So this is a bit more developed, this move. So this is how you can see it on a different time frame. This is a bit more developed. Accumulation to accumulation, distribution to distribution here. And so you're going to see, if you were in this moment here, come on. If you're in this moment here, where can you see? But you don't have the daily. This is a terrible example. Okay, so you'd have to start here on the out. Okay, well, we can't use that. Fine. We actually have to use a smaller time frame on this one because you have a bigger trend here to here and to there to there. I don't want you guys using daily trends for this because it's kind of irrelevant on a daily trend. It's not that it's irrelevant. It's just that it's not all things are equal if you're using a daily there because you have to start from further back. So you'd have this here and you'd be in this part of the move. There we go. That's how we can do this. And you have, where's the daily? Right there. Where does it finish? It doesn't. It actually just goes through the move. So then we have to wait for the next one. Okay, that's fine. So you'd have to do this on a smaller time frame even. Yeah. So okay, that's fine. Because you would have been here to here versus here to here, because this isn't completed until this point right there. And then so you would see which one breaks down the hourly. This one's a little tough to do, but that's fine. We can still do it. So you can see on which side of this move does an hourly break, right? And that will be the degradation of the move. There's the hourly break right there, right? So that will be the degradation of that daily because the 4-hour would have been there. 4-hour hard closes there. And then so fine, the move just completely collapses. So let's find a different spot because that one's a bit hard to do. It doesn't really exist there because this doesn't always exist, right? Like here's a spot where it looks like it exists. So you've got an interior trend, right? Here to here versus distribution to distribution, an interior trend here, right? So you've got 4-hour candles. I don't think you're not going to have a daily there. We're going to actually put the replayer tool there. We're going to put it right here. So you have distribution to distribution that's created. And you have the final accumulation to accumulation. And then you're going to see which side is hard closing and breaking. No sides are hard closing and breaking yet. This is hard closing and breaking. So where's the final swing of this move? Right there. So now you have this right here. And once this trend gets lost, you're going to lose this move completely. So you have the hard close there on the hourly. So now you can do this, right? So now you're here. So you're in this move right now, and you've started to reverse both trends. So we'll see which one breaks next. Right there. So you've got the 15-minute hard close right now, which will be right here. So once you go above this trend, the move is completely done. You can see where it's fighting it there. Probably some crazy hold level gets hit. I wonder if you break the hourly here because we're still on the hourly on this side. You do. So now all things are equal once again, right? All things are equal once again. Break the move down, and that's it. It's gone, right? So actually isn't even a trend anymore. So you can see where your interior trend, you can see where the move will actually pull itself back based on its time frame. So if we take the replayer tool off and go check the move right now, let's see what it's doing. We can delete all these other ones. We no longer need these, no longer need this, no longer need this. No longer need that. And this one was adapted to the hourly, which is right here. Go to the 1 minute. And so this will be an interesting one to watch today, or to go back and review how it works. And this will be an interesting exercise, because actually this is, I think, one of the first times where it can kind of be an exercise afterwards where you can see what I've marked, and then you can follow it thereafter to see where the trend breaks, what time frame it creates, what hold level it hits. So this is actually interesting because we've never done one like this where it's in the moment. You're going to be able to see the degradation of the trend to hit the hold level and be able to adapt the information based on what I've left on the screen. So I think with that said, we end the lesson here. I will let you guys monitor it to see what happens, because I've set this thing up to show you guys where it's breaking down next. Okay, I want to stop this actually before the move happens. So, okay, you guys watch this and see what you can find out about this thing.